can go through every season. If you go back every season, so next season, I already know. Next season, free transfer Gundogan. This season, Fernandinho. Last season was Aguero. Season before was David Silva. Season before was Yaya Toure. Season before was Vincent Kompany. Season before was
receipts.
Zabaleta. They do it. And we already know they've told Gundogan 1 more year you go on a free because you've served us, and it's always one. I think after, I could probably even say after Fernandinho, it might be De Bruyne, maybe. I don't know, but maybe not. De Bruyne's got maybe a bit.
He looks like he might just sign a deal, though.
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't know, but it generally does that. Whereas this season, what we've done with Jesus and Sterling, I feel slightly is definitely with Jesus. Sterling, maybe not, but definitely with Jesus is similar to what we did with Zeko, which is, do you know what? You have served us and you have done everything we've asked you to do, but you're not getting the praise that you deserve because unfortunately in your position, we have someone better. So you know what? I think Pep's got that respect for him to say, go and do your thing. Because deep down, does he want to play for Real Madrid one day in his life? Probably. Right.
Fact.
Is he? If he stays at City, is he ever going to get that move playing the way he is at City? Not. If he goes to Arsenal, plays through the middle and has three good seasons, banging goals, could he get that move?
Yeah, it's going to happen, and that's where I want it to be in Arsenal's case, because obviously we need to realize we're not competing for major honours. You're paying people in their early to mid-20s. If you could sell Jesus, reinvest that properly, similar to Coutinho at Liverpool or Odegaard or something, then we might help us. Last question before I let you get out of here as well. One thing I wanted to ask you is, how do you feel about City selling to rivals? I can't say Arsenal and City are rivals, but, we've got Jesus, Sterling, you lot have bucked them in Champions League finals, and they were saying last summer Chelsea are the ones to kind of get at you at Liverpool. How do you feel about selling to rivals and things like that?
That is where my brethren was saying to me that he's a bit pissed off with this. You know what, if you want to go. Because it's one thing if you want to go Barcelona and players that, like the ones that we've done that with so far, you wouldn't put in the same bracket as Sterling and Jesus. Like... Garcia, Ferran Torres, they're not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same, man.
It's brave, it's ballsy, but listen, if Chelsea get a number 9, firstly, that could really come back.
Yeah, the Sterling one's more hurtful for you than I feel with Jesus. We're just in a completely different lane to you lot. The Chelsea one might be a shot in your foot, really. Especially
because we could come against them in the Champions League as well, and they don't have Liverpool heritage, but they have history in the Champions League. And then we're giving them
it's written in the stars. Well. The next player comes to hit
They've
you.
They've already beat us in the Champions League final, bro. And we've just gone and given them one of our highest goal scorers of the last 10 years, right? That is a bit mad. It's ballsy, though. Like I said, I mean, I trust my board. They've done it for a reason. Maybe they've seen that, you know what, he isn't going to work there. With you lot, I'll be 100, yeah. Watch the when we play you, the City fans will be cheering for Jesus. Like he
deserves that, man. He's been a good serviceman for you, man. He deserves that. That. And just the fact that you said, for me with Liverpool, the very fact that he plays well against Liverpool and scores against Liverpool, for me, that's a step in the right direction with us. Man. We're Arsenal fans. We're happy if we've turned up against Liverpool, unfortunately, for 45 minutes, and our fans are like, well, up until the first goal came in. Go on.
What it is, with Arteta, right? And I've been Arteta in. I personally thought when he took the job, he took it a bit early. Yeah,
very early, bro. You got no qualifications, really.
What was it? One season, maybe one season? Maybe 2.
The only thing I gave him is he turned it down a year before. So I was thinking, all right, cool. They've said something, or maybe you think you're ready.
Yeah, and also let me be clear. That season he left us. That was the season we didn't win the league. That hit us because Pep didn't have an assistant. And the way Pep operates, he tries to keep a gap between him and the players, and that was Arteta. Arteta was the one that would come to. He had the relationship with the players and would come to Pep over. Like, there's one on the Amazon Prime thing where he came to Pep talking about Sterling, saying Sterling's upset and whatever. And he's still there. Oh yeah, you are. Yeah. But then when he joined you, I was thinking, I don't know, man. Then his first interview, I just thought, he has learned a lot of Pep, because he was saying, I think he kind of was saying there's a lot that needs to change at this club. Like everyone here are pulling in different directions. The mentality is
kept banging on about that. And he said a comment where he's like, I knew it was difficult, but seeing certain things, I can see it's going to take longer. So that's why I was like, all right, cool. There's things behind the scene. Like, you have to really change it.
Oh, you have to. And this is the thing. And when you watch the Amazon Prime documentary on City, that was some of the key things that you'd see, that like Pep would walk in and like say hello to the receptionist, the people even the people making the food, even in the Harlem video, that was one of the first people they introduced him to. And it's like, everyone has to be pulling. Everyone from here to here has to have the same vision.
The family. If there's one single screw loose, then the thing's going to break. Really,
like,
it's going to collapse.
City brought in this. I can't remember what sport it is, but some sort of like, it might even be that table tennis football thing, to try and keep people at the academy after training, so they're together for longer. They all have to eat
family,
together.
man.
So, now, the luxury Pep had is when he came to City. Firstly, the board had been there for 2 years, and they were his people getting it ready for him. He had one season, which we finished third and won nothing. And then he said, right, the issue is we can't play out from the back. Our defence needs completely replacing. We need a new keeper. We need new fullbacks. And he got it all one summer, right? And a board that back him. And this is where I say, if Arteta, I do agree, if Arteta doesn't perform this season, I feel he needs to go. However, if he does go, the one thing that every single Arsenal fan should appreciate is that he has come and changed the mentality of your board. Whether it's a coincidence that your board was doing it already, I don't know. But I used to say that Arsenal bought players for the wrong reason. They bought players that were commercial
and gave new contracts.
Yeah. And those players came to Arsenal not with the right mentality. They came to Arsenal because they were the big club in London and they were fashionable, right?
Yeah.
None of that anymore under Arteta.
Still riding off that slightly, but you're right, not really there again.
Not really. If you look at the players he got in last summer, like they look like players that have come in for the right reason. And the other thing is, he had to get rid of some big personalities and some big ass wages. Yeah, and Pep would never have to do that. If Pep gets asked about a transfer, he says, I don't know, nothing to do with me. And that's it, yeah. Whereas Arteta's having to do all of that. And that was what Wenger did as well. So I think you have to give him credit for that. I do get it. It's been how many seasons now? 3?
Yeah, 3, 2 full ones now. It's a results-driven business. That's where I agree. That's where I feel there's only some people, and you don't support Arsenal, but we can have this conversation. I feel when it comes to a lot of Arsenal related, but when it comes to Arteta, you can't just blame the guy and you can't overpraise the guy. And I feel with Arsenal fans, some he can do nothing wrong, to some he can do nothing right, where the truth's in the middle. Like you said, after pause, I think he's let his nuts hang. He's puffed out his chest. He's made some big and bold decisions. I think he's done a lot of good things. Where it now, for I'm a bit different, is your early 40s. You've taken a job that you're underqualified for, where you've had to deal with a whole lot of things on and off the field. That is going to make you a great manager for whatever you do, whether that's at Arsenal, back to City, somewhere in Spain, Siberia, whatever. That's my biggest issue. It now becomes, are we Arteta FC or Arsenal FC? And we need to be able to pull the plug. Do I have much faith that if Arteta said I'm going home tomorrow, this club knows what they're doing? I don't think so. And where I get a bit annoyed with it is, I have to be honest, there's been times where Arteta's done really good and we fought for 5th, but there's been times managers at other clubs, they get sacked. And I feel there's some things that he should or shouldn't be praised for. And I just feel it's a results-driven business. Money's been spent. You are the manager now. You're not just the head coach like Emre. You've been given a lot of luxuries. And it's a relationship of convenience, because I do think he puts pressure on the board, but he couldn't do the Pep thing, the Carlo thing. And
no.
And they haven't got a demanding person like that. That's where I think it's helped.
Do you know the one thing I'll say on the manager, and this I was saying this if you go back to when Wenger was still in charge, and Arsenal fans were saying get rid of Wenger, and I was saying, listen, I don't get what you expect, If you get rid of Wenger, who are you getting, right? And they'd be going, I think at the time maybe Simeone, I think maybe his name was mentioned, and
Arsenal fans wanted to spend 70 million on Isaac, bro. They're lost, man. They're lost.
But see with Simeone, I go, right, okay, let's take this away from football, right, and go into any walk of life where it's an interview process, right? If you're a bad boy in your job, you go to the interview, they ask you some questions, and then you go, right, now let me ask you some questions, right? And the questions that Simeone, for example, at the time, I think he was probably, he was Simeone, innit? He's going to say, right, where do you want me to finish? Oh, well, top 4, right? And what's my budget to finish in top 4?
Just like with Carlo. They all listen to the phone call. Once these things are broken down, myth, safe. I'm not doing it.
That's what I'm saying, because you're coming from a league where he's competing at the time with